So before I get this video started, I do just want to say that I have a giveaway happening on Twitter right now, twitter.com/StubbyFPS. It's going to be for one copy of Lethal Gaming Gear's new LA1 gaming mouse. All you have to do is follow me, Lethal Gaming Gear, like the post and retweet, and you'll be entered to get a brand new LA1 from Lethal Gaming Gear. So yeah, just go enter. I'll put the link in the description for that, and I'll hope you guys enjoy the video. Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Viper Mini Signature Edition and all my thoughts and opinions on it. This isn't really going to be a review, more as a overview of the mouse. I'm in a very unique position where I have not paid for this mouse, and I do not get to keep the mouse. I have to send this mouse back, but I did not get to purchase the mouse. One of my viewers, I'll put his info on the screen right here. He is the one that loaned me the mouse for about 2 weeks, and I get to just try it out and all of its features. So I just want to get started with that. First, I want to talk about the shape. The shape is probably the most tried and true shape on the market. If you're looking for a fingertip mouse, this is probably one of the best options you're going to get. And I just don't see anyone saying that it's not. This is really comfortable. These side grooves are perfect for finger placement, and the little itty bitty back hump. It's just one of my favorite mice for fingertip. And if you have very small hands for claw, it's just unmatched. It is literally 1-to-1 to the original Viper Mini shape, and that's all it really is. Now I want to talk about the holes. The holes on the mouse is something a lot of people commented on, and to be honest, I find it really fun to just kind of do this. I just kind of stick my finger in there and I just spin the mouse around. I've been doing this for a while when I get bored and I'm just like doing nothing. I always find myself just spinning the mouse through the holes. I didn't really find them that obtrusive when I'm playing fingertip, because when you're playing fingertip, you're not really touching the back of the mouse. But when you're playing claw, they can get a little annoying at first, but you kind of just get used to how they feel there. Inside of the mouse, it has, I think, Razer's newest sensor. I think it's a 3950, something like that. It's something really like high-end, has 8K hertz wireless, and I feel like coming from 1K to 8K, it's just a massive upgrade. Coming from 4K to 8K, I feel like you're not really missing out on much. It's the same as 4K. It's just a little bit smoother. And I only really feel it in like tracking scenarios. In game, I didn't feel it as much. Depending on the game I was playing, like Overwatch, the 8K hertz felt way more consistent than even here with the Pulsar's 3395 and its stupid 1K hertz, whatever. It always felt more consistent. But coming from something like the V2 Pro, coming from something like the Death Adder V3 Pro, or even the G-Wolves 4K, it wasn't as impressive as coming from 1K to 8K. That 1K to 8K was insane. The clicks feel really light and spammable. I would compare them similarly to TTC Gold, if I remember correctly. They're very light, very clicky, very spammable. When you're clicking guns in games, it's probably going to be your best bet. Or when you're like building in Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. I'm just trying to relate to everybody here. But yeah, it's really good. Side buttons feel the exact same. They're very spammable. The copy that I got has no creaking whatsoever. Like, I've had zero creaking issues. The side button wobble is pretty much not there. Top buttons are very stable. I believe this is batch 3 of the Viper Mini, and there's not really much else to say. That it's just a good built mouse. And I've heard that from batch 1 to 2, they were really like spotty, and some of them had big QC issues. The scroll wheel is probably one of the most interesting things that I can think of, though, on the mouse itself. That has a lot of like, the scroll wheel has a lot of notches. And it's very tight. It's pretty much like they took a screwdriver and just tightened it to max and said, "Yep, that is your scroll wheel." Compared to something like the X2 here that I have, it feels like there's significantly less notches, but they're looser. So you feel each notch, but it takes less force to move it side to side compared to the Viper Mini SE, where it's very tight. And if my hands get sweaty enough, I can often, like, my finger will slip off the scroll wheel and it won't scroll. But that's like a very like skill issue type thing for me. That's not something you should worry about. In the box, you do get glass gates, a hyperpolling dongle, PTFE, as all the other Razer mice, and grips that I just never used. Razer, I think, makes the worst grips, and I will never recommend them over anything. Like, even G-Wolf stock grips are better, Core Pad grips are better, Pulsar Super grips are better, X-Ray Pad Cicada grips are better. Razer just makes awful grips. I did swap out the stock PTFE for X-Ray Pad Jades. These are really good on cloth surfaces. Here, I'm using the Mousepads Techi Pro. that I just recently got, and it's a very fun gliding experience. It's not too fast, not too slow. The Jades are doing what Jades do. They're providing a really quick dynamic glide without really getting stopped by the pad's slowness. This pad is considered in between soft and mid. It has a 3mm base, and it has a soft feeling firmness, but it's very thin, so it gives you more of that mid. And finally, I want to talk about Synapse and just everything with it. I really hate Synapse. I despise Synapse. I hate having Synapse open. I just dislike having Synapse on my computer. But with the Viper Mini SC, it's pretty much one and done. You open up the software, you set your settings, 8K hertz, whatever DPI I play. With higher polling rates, it is recommended to use higher DPI. So when I went to the Viper Mini SC, I went from 800 to 1600. And you feel it more at the higher DPIs because you're saturating the entire polling rate comparing to like 1K, where people always say, oh, we'll use higher because there's less latency. It works like tandem with higher polling rates as well. But it does save all the information to hardware. So once you get your stuff put on the mouse, you can pretty much just uninstall Synapse and then you're good. It's not like the other Razer products where once you install Synapse and you get all your RGB stuff situated, you're pretty much stuck with Synapse open at all times, which can eat your CPU. And if you really care about the frames that much, it will always just kind of like notch your frames down a couple FPS. There's also this issue where the mouse just doesn't get detected in Synapse. It took me like 5 minutes one time to get into the app and just change some settings around because it just kept not connecting for some reason. The dongle's right here, dongle's connecting, mouse was connected to the dongle, but none of it was showing up in Synapse, and I just couldn't figure it out. So I gave up with that, and then it kind of started working a little bit later. Should you buy this mouse? Yes. If you really want the Viper shape at like the lowest weight, there's nothing like it on the market. There's not a single mouse I can think of that is 47 grams, Viper Mini shape, highest tech. This is the end game for anyone who uses Viper Minis. And unless you're doing like a Viper V2 Pro mod inside a OG Viper Mini, there's really nothing else I can recommend over this. This is for sure like a top tier mouse, and for $280, it's kind of like but anyone who hasn't actively used one, I feel like it just isn't. They're kind of coping because it's a really, really, really good mouse. And like I said, I haven't paid for the mouse, but I still got to send it back. This isn't like a biased, I bought the mouse and now I'm coping because it's my favorite mouse ever because I spent $300 on a mouse. No, this is me saying that I really like the Viper Mini SE, even though it is a stupid expensive mouse. If the Viper Mini SE is your endgame mouse, there's no reason to buy anything else other than the Viper Mini SE. It's everything you'll ever need in a mouse, and I just really enjoy it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. That should be it, covering everything for the Viper Mini SE, just my thoughts on it. It's not really more of a review, more as an overview. I'm just kind of overviewing everything about it and my opinions. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll be hanging from a street light.